Arewa controversy, Saraki reacts to threats against the Igbos. Senator Bukola Saraki has lashed out at the Arewa youths over hate comments against Igbos. The Senate president says the Igbos are Nigerians and have the rights to settle wherever they deem fit. Saraki warned that the government must begin to take a critical look at the causes of the agitations around the country. Nigeria's Senate President, Bukola Saraki, has reacted to threats and rising ethnic agitations in the northern part of the country. The leader of the Nigerian parliament called on Nigerians to tolerate each other and display understanding. Saraki says Nigeria's greatest strength lies in her numbers, and as such, the nation's unity must be guarded jealously. Saraki spoke when the leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, in the 19 northern states and Abuja, led by its chairman, Reverend Yakubu Pam, visited him at the National Assembly in Abuja. Let me through you appeal to all our people for tolerance and understanding. I want to appeal that we preach tolerance. I believe that it is our responsibility as leaders, to impress on our people to be very tolerant and let us seek unity. Saraki's special assistant on print media, Chuck Sakaka, quoted him as saying, "We also wish to appeal to everybody that we should in our speeches and actions work for the unity of the country, because you made reference to some of the issues, but this is not about who is right or who is wrong. We should always ask ourselves that what can we do to unite our people and mend the fault lines. This is very important. I am hopeful that we are only going through these challenges because of the state of our economy, and I believe by the time the economic recovery plan of the present administration begins to yield fruits, some of these issues will fizzle out," Saraki said. Saraki said, "I believe by the time we address the economy, by the time we get the economy right, it will eliminate all these tension. Until we get there, we must make sure that we have a country where we are all working together. Let me assure you that things that are of concern to you are also of concern to us. And the 8th Senate has shown that in most of our deliberations, we put Nigeria first. The challenges we have in Nigeria are not selective as to which part of the country a person comes from. The economic challenges do not discriminate against Muslims or Christians, nor do they favor Northerners against Southerners. I think with that, there are lessons. The economic hardship affect all of us, and we must unite to jointly eliminate those challenges. However, we should not lose faith, because as religious leaders your disposition will affect your followers. You must have faith that this country belongs to all of us. We all have rights. We will ensure that we respect that. We must have faith that this country will continue to grow from strength to strength. I plead for your understanding and tolerance," he said. Earlier, the leader of the delegation, Reverend Pam, expressed concern over the series of agitations by some interest groups who are calling for restructuring and raising allegations of marginalization. "I heard this morning that some people are asking some people to leave the northern part of the country. This kind of comments and utterances should not be encouraged. To us, the hour has come for government to take a second look at the causes of these agitations so that all sides can be given a sense of belonging in the scheme of things in the country. We need all hands to be joined together to move this country forward," he said. Saraki has outrightly condemned the hate statement made by Arewa youths, saying such statements cannot be condoned in Nigeria. Regarding the frequent clashes between herdsmen and farmers, Reverend Pam said, Cattle rearing is a private business, and as such herders should be educated on the modern way of handling their cattle rearing business so that their cattle should not be let loose into farms of the locals in different parts of the country in order to put an end to frequent clashes between the herdsmen and the local farmers. The Northern president called on the National Assembly to pass a law that would guarantee freedom of worship for all faiths and reintroduction of religious education in the school curriculum, even as he appealed to the Senate to intervene to stop attacks on places of worship in some parts of the northern states. The cleric also lamented the incidence of forced marriages against underage girls, saying, "We want to make an appeal that the Senate should look into this social problem so that it would not lead to breakdown of law and order in some parts of the country, especially from those considered to be victims of this social malaise." In a similar vein, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has reacted to the quit notice issued to Igbos in the north by a coalition of northern youths, describing it as a threat to national security. NAGE.com had reported that a group named the Coalition of Northern Youths, CNY, on Tuesday, June 6, issued a statement ordering Igbo people in the north to vacate northern Nigeria within 3 months. It was learned that the group also urged northern people in the southeastern part of the country to immediately start moving back to their various states. The group threatened that from the 1st of October, 2017, it will begin to prove to the whole world the North was no longer part of any federal union that should do with the Igbos. Atiku via his official Twitter page said the country is too precious and has pressing issues to attend to than the divisive statement of the Northern youths. The All Progressives Congress chieftain also criticized an Igbo group that also issued a counter-statement asking Igbos to return to the southeast region while also ordering the northerners out of their state. Following their controversial statement urging Igbos to leave the north, the Arewa youths are about to taste the wrath of the 19 northern governors. Northern governors have called for the arrest of the Arewa youths who made the controversial statements against Igbos. Governors of the 19 northern states on Wednesday, June 7, disowned the coalition of Arewa youths. Borno governor and chairman of the Northern States Governors Forum, Kashi Shettima, spoke on behalf of his colleagues in Maiduguri. The governors said they were in touch with heads of security agencies and had taken measures that will guarantee the rights of all Nigerians to live in the 19 states in the 3 geopolitical zones, within the north. The governors also called on security agencies to arrest the youths and probe the motive behind the call, saying the call by the youths was a suspicious act that fell in line with recent trend of arms catch, coup rumors which may not be coincidental.